Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
A new season for the Motherload League. Somerville starts it off in Angels Camp, facing on the Bret Harte Bullfrogs. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. I have a guest next to me this time, and we'll get to him and more of our Somerville pregame show in just a couple of minutes. This is Somerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV.
The officials for this game have been provided by the Southern Area California Officials Association. Acknowledge an application of a rule or a result.
Yeah, don't turn around, please.
Annual testing, years of study, and continual participation in clinics and meetings to further refine an understanding of the game.
Yes, you.
Officials for tonight's game are referee Keith Sample, umpire Eric Ezekiel, linesman Bradley Briscoe, line judge Carlos Maldonado, and back judge Eric Boyce. Somerville has won the toss and is elected to defer to the second half. Bullfrogs will accept the opening half kickoff. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we observe our national anthem.
Since 1932, the Motherload League has been the home of Somerville Bears football. Football, a game where legends are made and glory is earned. But one cannot do it alone. It's not about the individual talent, it's about the spirit of unity that binds them together. Looking back at thousands of players, hundreds of games fueled by passion and determination. But whether it's past or present, it's all focused on one goal: winning. Decades in the making, growing year by year, the 7-time Motherload League champions return to the gridiron. The Bears Quarterback Club and NorCal Sports TV presents Somerville Bears Football. The Union Democrat published a story this week, an attempt to guess what will happen in the Motherload League, and they said that Somerville will win a D7 title, but they most likely won't win the Motherload title. And I'm here to say that Somerville, the last couple of years, they've always been a bridesmaid, never been the bride. But the section got down on one knee this summer and said, "Somerville, will you be my MLL champion?" And they have taken this into their hands and pushed their way through the first 3 games, but it all starts tonight in Angels Camp if the Bears can go head-to-head against each MLL team and win the championship title for the first time in decades. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, and by my side, I'm so glad to see you, Jeremy Hurtado. My goodness, the Benedict Arnold himself.
Yes, sir. How you doing? Good to be out here tonight. Get to watch a little bit of high school football on a week off.
Yeah, and a week off is exactly right. Jeremy hasn't been with us this season. You've heard his voice plenty of times on NorCal Sports TV. You said I have free range to tell him anything I want. He is an absolute traitor, but we're happy for him. Assistant coach at Linden, which is another Motherload League team.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a call from a buddy of the coaches down there at the end of last year, and he offered me a spot. I decided, go down there and take it, so it's worked out well for me and my schedule, and then things are going on. Like I said, I'm just excited to see some league football for the first time this year. Got a chance to be close to home, so it wasn't too far of a commute for me either tonight, so it's good to see Bret Harte getting the home field advantage early here.
And the Bret Harte Bullfrogs, they've struggled to field a varsity team in the last couple of years. They played in 2022 against Somerville. Somerville won 47-0. That was the last time that they played, and that was right here in Angels Camp. The previous time before that was all the way back in 2019, and Somerville pulled off a victory 15-12, just a 3-point victory. And if anyone remembers that, it was a thriller of a game. Bret Harte basically had the game in the bag, although on a punt, Chase Ryan busted through the line, blocked the punt. Jaden Brokini, who is a two-way player, quarterback and defensive end, got there, picked up the blocked punt from Chase Ryan, ran it into the end zone, and that's how Somerville won that game. The last time Bret Harte won was all the way back in 2016 in a dominating performance, 34-3. But Somerville, looking back at that loss, have won every single time since.
Yeah, they have. And then that's one of those things where Bret Harte, like you talked about just a minute ago, they've struggled to field numbers-wise, and it's kind of been are they going to have a varsity team, are they not? And then on this play here, we see a couple of penalties. I think we're going to go one on each side. I think we're going to get a late hit on 74 for Bret Harte, and then a late hit on number 5 for Somerville. Officials down there talking, giving us plenty of time to kind of back set things. But you're right. I mean, it's been a tough road for Bret Harte. I talked to their head coach earlier today, who's a good buddy of mine, Kelly Osborne, and he said he's just happy to have the seniors get an opportunity to play football at the varsity level and having the freshmen come in and play JV games instead of having to be on varsity. And he said that's a huge thing to kind of help build the program, because a lot of freshman parents aren't excited about their kid coming up and have to play varsity football right off the bat. This gives them a chance to kind of get into football, ease in. I got to talk to some parents down here tonight. They were also excited just get to watch their kids play a game. Not worried about, hey, are they going to play against varsity opponents? They're playing against JV. Yes, the score was lopsided, right? 42-0, I believe it was. But just the fact that they were able to play a game was exciting.
And talking yesterday to the athletic director, also Brian Barnett, he said that it's not about winning or losing. Of course, we would like to win, although it's just about getting all the kids off the field safely at the end of the day. And every athletic director is going to agree with that. But the students they just want to win also. Of course, they want to play the game. They want to win. And I will say this, although I expect a dominating performance from the Somerville Bears, there's only a handful of players that actually played against Bret Harte in their years playing. And a lot of times in sports in general, not just football, when you have a team that hasn't played against somebody, then it makes it a lot easier for that opposing team to do better against you.
It does, and that's, we got it interesting. We got 3 penalties here, 2 against Somerville, 1 against Bret Harte. So it's going to be a first down Somerville. It looks like at about the Bears' 48-yard line, 47-yard line. But these kids haven't played each other since Pop Warner, because they do play each other there. If the kids have played Pop Warner, they've seen each other there. The great thing about this league, that the Motherload League as it was and still kind of is for the most part, is that a lot of these kids play each other in that Pop Warner. So they come up and grow up. They've played each other. Even the Linden kids, they play in the same Pop Warner League. So does Riverbank. So you see those guys, and so it kind of fit when the league decided, hey, we're going to put these teams together and make a Motherload League. They were already doing it at the youth level. It kind of made sense to do it at the varsity level as well.
Chains finally set, clock finally moving. Bret Harte will continue their offensive drive. On 1st and 10 inside Somerville territory, Robles will throw a pass to the left side. Hanley is there to force the pass incomplete.
Yeah, it was intended for Betancourt there, Rivera Betancourt on the slant. You see here on the replay, it's just a one receiver route basically, just a little play action pass. You got the guy going in motion. Try to hit that backside slant, just throws it behind him, and it might be a good thing for him that he threw it behind him, because if he would have thrown it in front of him, I got picked. Good job there on the cornerback. Hanley, like you talked about, he was there on coverage, one-on-one on that island side, so that's what you look for if you're the offense coordinator. You run that motion, you see, hey, if it's single coverage, we're throwing it there. Good job defense.
2nd and 10, looking to throw. Here comes Rathmill. Ball is loose. Ball markers go down, and it looks like the Bullfrogs get back on top, but Bryce Rathmill with another devastating hit to the Bullfrog offense.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a guy that you got to know where he is on every play if you're the offensive coordinator. You see here on the replay, right down the line of scrimmage, great look at it. Rathmill coming from the backside. You roll out, try to get away from him. Instead, he chases it down, and then as a good defensive lineman does, he goes after the ball, swats it away. Unfortunately for Somerville, doesn't come away with it, but it is a huge loss, brings up a 3rd and 20 for Bret Harte, all the way back at their own 43-yard line. So Bryce Rathmill, get used to seeing that name a lot. Motherload League teams that get to see him, hey, he is a stud at that defensive end outside linebacker position.
Rathmill, his last name starts with an R, but as soon as he gets onto the field, it starts with a W. Bringing the wrath is this time we see number 14, which he made a tackle last week, and I still don't have a name, a late addition to the roster, but that's his 2nd tackle of the season, playing through 2 weeks.
He comes up also from that linebacker position, plays that, actually it was defensive end that time, came around the edge, gets around the tackle and chases him down from the backside again. So loss of 3, brings up 4th and long. See if Bret Harte decides to try and go for it. If they punt, I would assume they're going to punt, as it looks like Robles is going to drop back into punt formation. So Somerville defense did the job early, getting off the field.
Orlando Lopez is the man deep for Somerville. He's standing at the 31-yard line as this punt goes slightly over his head. He's going to let it bounce inside the 20, try to return, but he's backtracked all the way to the 11. Lopez trying to go from left to right, or right to left rather, switching the field, finally being dragged down. He got back to originally where he was standing, which is good for Somerville. And this is where we will see Bryce Leveros, the offensive line, and the skill players on the field for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely there. And you see a great job here by the special teams from Somerville, not blocking in the back, getting in front of the guys, making good blocks. And then 11 for Bret Harte. Michael Hodge comes in from his running back / wing position on that punt team, making the tackle. And like you said, Leveros comes out, bringing the offense onto the field, getting the last-minute instructions from the head coach, his dad. Yeah. Must be nice.
Let's talk about the Bret Harte defense. They've allowed 125 points through 3 games, playing at Golden Sierra, at Franklin, and then home against Denair for their first home game of the season. That was 2 weeks ago. 125 points, it's quite a bit, but they've put up 49 points themselves, and with a rebuilding program, you look at these numbers and you say, man, those aren't the best, but once again, they're rebuilding. They're on the way back up.
Yeah, and that first game at Golden Sierra, that was tough. They lost 50-0, and it was, I watched that game on another network that doesn't broadcast our games, but they just came out kind of shell-shocked. And Golden Sierra is a tough place to go. It's a long bus ride. And then once you get to Golden Sierra, you go up this hill for what seems like forever to get to the school, and it's kind of tucked away in the hill there. So it's a tough place to go and play. So I kind of throw that one out. 2 weeks ago, rather, against Denair, that was a shootout. That was 54 to 35 or something like that. And it was just, hey, both score teams are scoring. This time, Somerville going backwards again. 2 procedure penalties. That's not the way you want to start a game, especially if you're a big favorite, right? You don't want to come out here and help Bret Harte any. You're like, hey, we want to come out here and do our job, take care of business. You did that on defense. You tried the onside kick on the kickoff. That didn't go your way. Got him off the field, though, and now offensively you've had no plays technically, and it's 1st and 20.
First play from scrimmage now for Somerville. It's Bryce Leveros at the head of the offense. He'll have a design keeper right up the middle to start this one, and he gains less than 5.
Yeah, brought down there by Brendan Prescott for the Bullfrogs from his linebacker position. That was just, like you said, a design quarterback run, like a quarterback counter almost. Everybody's going with the motion, looking to the left of the defense, and the quarterback comes back to the right. Good job by Bret Harte staying home, knowing your assignments. That's a big thing against Somerville's. They're going to give you motion. They're going to pull guys. They're going to do all this stuff. You got to be able to read your keys. Hey, I have this job. I can't get sucked in trying to play in someone else's sandbox, and I have to make plays on my side of the ball.
Leveros was responsible for 4 of the 6 touchdowns last week against Waterford. 2 in the air, 2 on the ground, as this pass is caught near the first down marker for the senior wide receiver, Matthew Hike.
Yeah, good route there by Hike. He did a good job of working back to the quarterback as Leveros rolls out to his right. You just get to see here again on the replay. Love this look right here. You're coming right at your living room. Good job of flipping the hips by Leveros, throwing a ball downhill, as we say, and Hike coming back getting it, brings the 3rd and 3. So you had those 2 negative plays. Now you're still in an opportunity to get that first down, keep the chains moving.
Matthew Hike, no offensive targets last week, whether it was receiving or rushing, and getting the first big play for Somerville. Now they'll rely upon the big back, Isaac Biggs, who averaged 10.5 yards per carry last week on 13 rushes for a total of 137 yards. This time he stopped short of the yard to gain, and now Somerville, a decision to make, 4th and 1 near midfield.
Yeah, good job there by Carson Prescott for Bret Harte, coming up and making the play, and I fully expect Somerville to go for it here. This is a chance where you get to set the tone. Hey, we expect to be the bullies. Let's go out here and do our job. You got a big offensive line. Go out there and try and get you a yard. I wouldn't give the ball to anybody else but my quarterback, who's the leader on the team. I'd have him run the football behind that offensive line, and Isaac Biggs probably leading the way for him. We'll see what happens.
Bursiaga had a huge block last week that allowed Leveros to get a touchdown as well. Here's some flags flying as Leveros spins out of the defensive pressure, cutting back to midfield. Leveros, one-on-one, stiff-arming, being dragged down inside the red zone. The flag is down at the 41-yard line. We'll see where this stands.
Yeah, and it was quick, and it's usually, when that situation, it's usually some kind of chop block, I think, on the offensive lineman. I think somebody hit high and low. We'll see, like probably the center coming back to back block. Exactly what the officials are talking about right now. That's usually what happens when you pull that guard. Center has to come back and back block. He didn't. He cuts him as someone else has touched him. Big no-no. You got to communicate on the offensive line, and that's going to cost you a huge play because you had 1st and goal down inside the 10. Now you're getting up 4th down and 12, 13-ish.
And in this position, Somerville might be super confident in their abilities, just the way that they played the last couple of weeks and how the series has gone against Bret Harte. But in this situation, if the Bret Harte defense can come out, stop you on a 3-and-out, of course you went 10 yards back, but they can stop you in those plays. You might just want to punt this away, give it up, despite last week the 2 drives that you didn't score on. One was an interception, the other was a fumble. The week prior, you scored on every single drive. You may be confident in offense, but sometimes it's just better to give it away.
Yeah, and it's actually a 15-yard penalty. That's what I was waiting to see because the officials marked it as 10, but it's going to be 4th and 16. And see that, look, as your coach, you're looking at this way. You've ran 4 plays and you've had 3 penalties. Yeah. Not a very good start mentally if you're Somerville. Hey, got to get checked in offensively. Defense did their job, and now special teams is coming out and they're going to run a fake.
Leveros thought about a fake, takes the punt, gets bumped into No flags as Richie Hanley will down the ball at the 35. And an interesting play. I'm going to go straight to it. Leveros decided to go for a half fake, then punt the ball. Is there a reason why there's no flag because he went to go pass?
Yeah, once the punter rolls out like that, they lose that protection. So, and he didn't roll out that far, which is kind of interesting because I was waiting to see were they going to drop it or not. But, yeah, he did kind of – it looked like it was an option to throw it out there to the wide receiver on the left-hand side. Didn't like the look, so then he decided to punt it. Now, on the other side, Bret Harte was very close to turn the ball over. Was one of their guys down there, almost touched him on the bounce. So, a tragedy averted for Bret Harte. Now, let's see, how long can you stay in the game? That's the biggest question.
Similar field position to their first drive. Man in motion, ball is loose, jumped on quickly. The Bullfrogs avoid disaster again.
Yeah, and then you're living dangerous here. You got that motion coming off. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to sell that jet sweep look here. Instead, you snap the ball too late, does the quarterback Robles, and that creates all kinds of issues. So, brings up a second down and 12.
Robles, 2 wide receivers at the top of the screen, 2 at the bottom looking. Pocket collapses, throws over the middle, pass is complete for a first down. A beautiful play by the Bret Harte offense.
Yeah, Marcus Esk catches the ball there. Great job of running the little slant route there, as you see here on the replay from the quarterback Robles. Robles only 2 of 17 on the year for 22 yards, so tendency breaker there as he comes out and runs that spread offense, throws the ball across the middle, get a chance to pick up the first down. And that's a huge thing. If Bret Harte can throw the ball a little bit tonight, that takes the pressure off some of that offensive line and running the ball. And that could create some misadvantages against the Somerville defense.
Last week against Waterford, a heavy pass offense. The Somerville defense did very well, although with Bret Harte, if they can hit the targets, that's what Waterford couldn't do last week, and that's where it can open up a lot for Bret Harte and any opponent in the future. Passing game. If you can hit the targets, Somerville usually gives them a little space.
Yeah, absolutely. And on this one here, good job of climbing the pocket by Robles. Had a chance to run instead. Finds a receiver open and just throws it behind him. Again, that's 2 passes that we've seen so far here out of the first 3. Maybe a little bit of nerves. Hey, it's opening league game, big team in town. Everybody is kind of expecting Somerville to do their thing. Twice you've had a chance to make plays and you've thrown it behind the receivers.
2nd and 10. Robles under center. Fakes the first give, avoids 1 tackle from Evan Roberson, but here comes the rest of the pack.
Yeah, and Roberson did a great job of getting back in there and making the tackle there. That was just a midline option to our side if you're coming right at you here. You see they won't block the defensive end. Okay, number 9, Roberson. That's the read guy. Instead, you try to shake him and get around, and then coming up, Kyle Hamilton making the play. Number 5 for Somerville is one that started the tackle, and then the rest of the herd came, like you said.
Roberson was a huge player on defense last week for Somerville, ended with 4 tackles, 1 sack, and even a blocked extra point attempt that kept Somerville in the lead after it should have been tied at 7. Robles gives it across to the man cutting on the jet sweep. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, but not much further after.
Yeah, Boston Williams, that's their big running back. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 of the 7 so far on the season. The other 2, well, they belong to Robles. So those 2 are the 2 guys that have scored so far for Bret Harte this year. You expect those 2 to be the guys as you go through now. Like I said, in this first 2 drives, they've been spreading the ball out, trying to throw a little bit more than they do normally. So far, hasn't worked out. They've been able to move the ball and keep possession here as we go 3:40 left. But it looks like another punt for the Bullfrogs coming up.
Another thing about having a limited amount of players that can score, when you limit it to 2, especially against the Somerville defense, the past 6 years, they've had very strong defensive backs that get into the backfield. They are going to target them, send everything they have, and it'll be an issue for Bret Harte. Lopez muffs the punt. He'll have to bring it back into his arms. He gets it to the 20. There go the flags. Jeremy calls it immediately, and there's another one that flies at the 30. Somerville going to be in the worst field position tonight on drive 2.
Yeah, and again, that's just another mistake, right? You get a good punt. Okay, fair catch that thing and catch it, right? Instead, you bobble it, and then all kinds of bad things happen. You get a block in the back right there. Okay, you got another one right there. And then, yeah, I mean, now you're going to be back inside your own 10-yard line. I believe you're probably about that 7-ish, 7.5, somewhere in there. So you go on an offensive possession where you had 3 out of 4 penalties on the first play drive. Now you get one on the special teams. So Somerville, not real sharp to begin with. Now, again, it's the first quarter. Everybody relax. It's going to be okay. Somerville come out. I expect them to kind of just go back to the ground game again and just get things rolling. Do what you do. Don't try and reinvent things here. A nice, 90-plus yard drive would kind of settle the nerves from everybody. So we'll see. But they're gonna take a while to decide this, of where this is going to be.
The good thing for Somerville in this is that it was on a punt return, and you're going to get first down no matter where you go. You're not going to be back on a 1st and 15, a 1st and 20, or a 2nd, 3rd, whatever it's going to be. It's a 1st and 10 for Somerville wherever they place the ball. They just might not be exactly where they wanted to start.
And actually, I think they're going to say they had a foul on both teams, so it's going to be a re-kick. We'll see here as the official comes out to finally give us a decision here. We got a personal foul, blindside block on Bret Harte.
Personal foul.
And on Somerville. Yeah, so that's going to reset things, and we're going to kick it again. So you get another chance if you're Somerville to make a play here on special teams.
And Somerville last week, or 2 weeks ago, rather, against Waterford, they had an issue with Orlando Lopez returning a punt. As it popped up in the air, a Wildcat was right underneath the ball. He decided to go for it, which resulted in a fumble leading to the Waterford ball again, which was an additional 30 yards. They've now switched out Lopez after the second mistake in 2 games, and now they're going to have Kyle Hamilton out there, who scored a touchdown against Waterford on a nice 36-yard pass to the right side from Bryce Leveros. We'll see what he can do as he gets another special teams offense type look.
High kick. Hamilton says, get away from it. Good decision as it dies down at the 19. So that's a big thing. I mean, that's 12 yards worth of field position in the positive side for Somerville after the kick and the exchange of penalties. And they almost blocked this. This is the second one.
That was Herrera in the backfield.
Yeah. I mean, that's twice now. They've almost blocked the punt. So something to keep your eye on. And when Somerville forces a Bret Harte punt.
I've seen Evan Roberson the last couple of weeks. He's the main man that gets into the backfield on those special teams tries. He did block that one extra point. He got very close on everything else, whether it was a punt or an extra point try. Evan Roberson is a massive defensive special teams player for Somerville.
Got offsides called here on Somerville. It's called Cash went in motion, and that's I was kind of looking at the roster, looking at that going, hey, when's Cash going to get the chance to touch the ball here? And looks like they were going to him right there.
And it's crazy you say that, because looking at the stats, after each game I go back and look, and Cash has a very limited amount of touches. You would assume from watching him play junior varsity and move up to the varsity level how explosive he is, he would get more carries. But it's split between Leveros, Cash, Biggs, and Larson's in there as well. They have plenty of options. Last week, Cash only had 28 yards, but he did touch the ball 8 times on the ground. Here he is now as he cuts the corner for more than 10, 20, nearing midfield. Finally steps out of bounds as the ref hurdles Bullfrog on the sideline.
Yeah, and then that's the thing with that weapon. I mean, Cash is one of the fastest guys in the Motherload League. Okay, track speed, playing that wing back, whatever you want to call it, as you see here on the replay. Gets out in front. A great job there by Biggs and some of those offensive linemen. Number 73, Gage Anderson, getting downfield trying to look for a block for the Bears. So good job there. And again, like I said, I would be looking to get Cash the ball more, but that's just me. I don't know. Maybe he's on a pitch count that I'm not aware of. I don't know.
Biggs is the back for Leveros. He's going to flick it to Cash as he comes from the tight end slot. Cash is gone. 20, 10, end zone, touchdown Somerville.
There it is. Great job there. Looking like the exact same play going the other way. Instead, they run that motion. They just flip it underneath. It's a shovel pass. So the great thing about that is it's a passing stats for the quarterback. Got to love those from an offensive side of the ball. And if you drop it, it's incomplete pass. There's no fumble. You don't got to worry about it. And here he comes underneath. Good job by the offensive line clearing the way, getting upfield on that second level. And then once he clears the linebacker, he's gone. There's nobody catching him.
Colton Cash to the house. 6-0. Somerville took 9.5 minutes off the clock in the first between multiple possessions from each team. And now the Bears rely upon Bigfoot Bryson Benitez, the specialist, for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick. This one is good. Benitez remains perfect on the season. 7-0 first quarter in Angels camp.
Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
Colton Cash, a huge carry to get to the end zone, putting Somerville up 7-0. He's Jeremy Hurtado. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, and this is our Deo Espresso and Smoothie kickoff. Jeremy, have you been recently?
I haven't. I've been busy going out of town all the time down to Linden, so I haven't had a chance to get to Deo.
Well, on your way out next time, make sure you stop at Deo before you go. And I know you like Red Bull. I know you like those energy drinks,
yes,
so
sir.
You can pick one up before you go out.
I might have to do that on Monday. Yeah, going down to practice on Monday. May have to do that. Hit the one up in Jamestown on the way out of town.
Unfortunate that Angels Camp
I
mega
know, right
hut
here
closed
behind
down.
it. I know. I was kind of looking forward to that, and then I got here today and saw they didn't have it. So I was going to go there on the way in the game, but it is what it is. That's all right.
It's without the free advertising,
Yeah,
but
instead we went somewhere else.
California burrito going in there, which was
Is that going in there? Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
That's what I saw on Facebook. At least we know everything on Facebook
Gotta
is correct.
be right then. Yeah, exactly.
1st and 10 for Bret Harte after the Somerville touchdown. They'll put the man in motion. A little confusion in the backfield. The Bears get there very quick. And the dog pile loses 1 yard.
Yeah, they ran that fly motion again, getting Boston Williams in motion, then tried to come back underneath to Michael Hodges instead. Nothing there is Somerville defender Evan Roberson making the play again. I mean, that's twice you've tried to trick him, and twice it hasn't worked out for Bret Harte. So maybe this time just try and block him as Roberson goes off the field, replaced by Trenton Stone.
Looks like there's a lot of confusion in the backfield for Bret Harte until they pass, as it's an open pocket as he throws over the middle, caught midfield, being chased down, trying to use the legs, the speed. He has plenty of room. He's going to find the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Bret Harte.
Absolutely, and there it is. Spread them out, throw the football, okay, and you can hit the gas as Williams goes for the touchdown, and that's a huge play. Bret Harte had to respond. They come out, spread formation, all verts, 4 verts, down the seam. Safety gets caught, and it's bye-bye, Williams. Boston, 6 points. Bret Harte, huge answer with 1:26 left to go.
Electrifying for the Bret Harte Bullfrogs as they have a chance to tie it up at 7 apiece. Been waiting 5 years to call a Bret Harte touchdown, and here it is, and the crowd loves it. I love it. I don't think Somerville loves it so much, but electrifying play is answering back immediately. The Bullfrogs making a scene as the new MLL started today.
Absolutely. Now, the thing to check out here is Robo's going to kick. He's not the normal kicker. Normal kicker is not here tonight, and that one goes wide right.
Bret Harte still down, but it's only by 1. 7-6 Somerville in Angels camp. Safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net. At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com. Bret Harte Bullfrogs, first game in the Motherload League in a while, and they score a touchdown against the Somerville Bears, who are trying to go en route to an MLL title, but the Bullfrogs might stand in their way.
Yeah, and be aware here on the kickoff. I just kind of have a feeling there might be something going on here if you're Bret Harte. You're down 7-6 and 126. We'll see here if Robles decides to kick it deeper if he goes something different.
Little squib kick.
Yep.
I'm not sure if that was touched, but it shouldn't matter, right?
Actually, if he touches it, it doesn't. Yeah, it's going to be right there anyway because it's inside the 40-yard line. But it was an attempted onside kick, and I kind of saw it happen. I knew it was going to come. I saw the signal. The coach come over and talk to the kicker, so I was like, oh, well, let's just kind of keep an eye on this. And there you go. I mean, that's what you do if you're a team that's quote-unquote not supposed to be hang around, right? You take advantage of things. Hey, got a good stop on defense. Checkmate. Okay, they came back and answered. Now, what can Somerville's offense do to kind of settle things down and say, hey, we're still the best team on the field right now. Let's go out and show it.
1 minute, 25 seconds left in the first quarter as Leveros will try to repeat what the Bullfrogs had on the previous play. This is incomplete with the flag late. Pass intended for Luke Larson, and this will most likely be pass interference and give Somerville free 15 yards.
It's going to be pass interference. I'm going to see which way, though. We'll see here by the official. That's the same play off that jet or rocket toss.
Actually, I think you're right.
It could go either way, but I think they're going to call it against Bret Harte. Yeah, they're going to call it on defense, which I always love because, as an offense person, it's always pass interference on the defense. But if you saw the replay there, I don't know.
All the boos come from
the
crowd.
Of course. We're on the Bret Harte side. You're going to hear those right over here. And then across this, you're going to hear all the cheers. And I think Kelly Osborne, the head coach from Bret Harte, just got a flag too because he didn't agree with it. And he's a defensive guy. I know him very well. And, he's kind of saying the same thing I did, that the Somerville receiver may have been the one that kind of made the contact, but regardless, the officials see it one way. It's going to end up being 30 yards worth of penalties, which doesn't help the Bret Harte case either. You're going to have the ball down at the 30-yard line. You're going to get the pass interference 15 yards, and you're going to get the unsportsmanlike conduct 15 yards on the bench. So, yeah, that one's tough.
Looking back at the replay, I just have to say it's clear as day that should be against Somerville and be going backwards. But, the officials see different things when they're that close. But, video replay is lovely to have. And thanks to our producer, Luis Rengel, being with us today with the replay.
Yeah, I would even be okay with it no call. Don't call it anything. So they just give him a sideline warning? No, hang on. They're going to... Now we got it. Now we got another situation where someone just got tossed on from the chain crew. So, good times here. And the guy holding the down marker just got tossed. So that they actually gave Kelly a break there. They called it a sideline warning, which I don't know how that was a sideline warning, but whatever.
I think he just went out onto the field and, he went a little too far out.
So that's a break there. So. But, yeah, the guy holding the down marker just got tossed. So we're going to have a minute here until they find someone else to come. And, Coach Osborne's looking in the sideline saying, hey, can you come do the chain gang for us? So
1:19 left in the first quarter. It's 7-6 Somerville. Our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted best cup of coffee 16 years in a row.
Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
We've only had one play since then.
7-6 Somerville leading Bret Harte. Couple of different situations on the field, but I think we might just be ready to go back into play. It was a pass from Leveros to Larson that resulted in a defensive pass interference, both sides of the stands going nuts, one for Somerville, one for Bret Harte. Then a couple other things happened after that, but now as we're back, Bryce Leveros uses his legs as he's wrapped up for a gain of 3.
Yeah, absolutely, and a good job there by Somerville just saying, hey, we're going to settle it down, we're going to give it to our guy. He's our weapon at the quarterback position. Let him go run the football, work this clock here as you go under a minute left to play. You're still up by 1 if you're Somerville, and you're in Bret Harte territory here, so don't get excited. Hey, all this emotion going on between everybody going off. Just settle down and run what you run.
Man in motion, it's Lopez. Leveros flicks it out to him. Cuts past one defender. A pack of purple jerseys surround him there, but it's still a gain of 8 and a first down.
Absolutely, and again, that's just that toss. Oh, bad news for Somerville as Cash comes up limping. He looked right ankle. It's going to get rolled up there. Looks like he's going to be all right, but if a track speed guy, you don't want your ankles hurting you at all if you're a Bears fan. But yeah, I mean, you do what you do, right? You ran that little toss. That's what you do. That's your base play, one of your base plays. So you get out there, you let your running back find a hole and just cut up, make a good play, get you a first down.
Cash will stay in on the right side tight end slot. Leveros will follow behind Biggs. The defense gets to the backfield, gets a hand on Leveros quite early, although he's still able to gain about 6-7 yards.
He did, and that's a good job of the offensive line. They kind of let the first wave go through, hoping they'd run by, and then they got up on the second level, made some blocks, and that'll send us to the end of the first quarter.
7-6 Somerville. Bret Harte making a statement in the first quarter. Can they keep it up, or will Somerville continue their stride?
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
First quarter of MLL play for the Somerville Bears and the Bret Harte Bullfrogs. Somerville 7, Bret Harte 6. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, Jeremy Hurtado by my side. A couple of shout-outs, almost my entire family listening and watching from Alabama. My mom and dad, Justin and Becky, my brother Vance, Claudia and Sophia, all watching from Alabaster, Alabama. Jeremy, anyone?
No. I found out I was going to be doing this game about, I don't know, an hour and a half before game time, or maybe 2 hours before game time, so didn't have a lot of chance to talk to people about it, but either way.
Leveros to the air, to Larson, touchdown, Somerville.
There it is. You get caught on all those toss sweeps and all that, and then Larson comes from that tight end position, just runs a vert. And again, safety gets beat deep, looking into the backfield. This time he's a detached tight end, whatever you want to call him. Just straight up runs the vert. Leveros does a great job of throwing the ball right in the basket. And you see the DB, Ryan Lee, upset because he knows he gave up one there.
There was a few bad snaps on extra point attempts for Somerville against Waterford. One so bad that Larson decided to pick it up and run. He ended up getting the 2-point conversion. That's not going to happen every time, but hopefully the snaps are just on point. And here he goes again. It's Larson. He can't go anywhere. Broadcaster's jinx at its finest.
Yeah, that's something you want to get fixed, because that's one big way to, in close games, you need those extra points.
One play in the second quarter, and Somerville leading 13-6.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
When it comes to safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted Best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net. When they put the work in, players develop over time, and Bryce Leveros on that throw certainly showed his passing abilities. When we look back at last year, he threw the ball 72 times for a total of 46 completions. That's 64%, but they weren't anything super magnificent. There were a lot of shovel passes that went forward that led to pass completions because it's hard to drop 1 yard apart. Looking at that, 687 yards, 6 touchdowns, and only 1 interception for Bryce Leveros last year. And here in the opening few weeks, showing off the arm and showing that it's not just a running offense.
No, absolutely. And he did a great job, like I said, throwing that ball 35 yards downfield right into the hands of his receiver. And then on the kickoff return, Bears do a good job. Number 4 goes down there. Bo McCready making the tackle for Somerville, getting the Bullfrogs down inside their own 25-yard line. So now, again, Bret Harte has a chance here to respond. It's a one-score game. You're down 7 points. You have to maybe not necessarily score, but just maybe flip field position. Get to midfield before you have to punt. Try and give your defense a chance to kind of get things fixed up.
Robles throwing right over the middle on the play-action pass. First down, Bret Harte.
Or just throw the ball all around the field. Love it as Mateos Esquivel gets the catch that time for Bret Harte. I mean, hey, I'm all about throwing the football, and this is beautiful to me. Great job here on the option pass or lineman cut block. Everybody thinks it's a run. Stick the ball in the belly of the fullback, and then you pull up, throw it to the tight end. First down, Bullfrogs.
You have a small offensive line, but Robles trusting in the blockers, staying in the pocket, standing there, ready to take a hit just in case. And here, throwing again, he'll gain him 4 yards to the receiver, number 33, Boston Williams.
Yeah, and so far, Bret Harte's almost doubled their passing output for the whole season in the first quarter and 3 plays. So obviously breaking tendency, getting the ball out to Boston Scott, which is what they want to do. Boston Williams, getting it out there in his hands where he has a chance to make a guy miss and get upfield, picks up 4. I love that play call. Now, if I'm Bret Harte, I might go back to running the football here, give yourself back into your type of game here.
Second and mid for Bret Harte as a couple of whistles blow. They're going to send Jevin Rogers off the field. And the thing with passing against the Somerville defense is they do have guys that can intercept the ball, but what we've seen this season is that those interceptions are fairly deep. When you throw into the flat across the middle about 5 to 10 yards, the Somerville defense isn't necessarily prepared. They're ready to make the tackle instead of the interception, because when you go for an interception, that ball slips by, you're going to allow massive yards for the opposing offense.
Back to the ground game for only a gain of 1 goes Bret Harte that time with Prescott. But I like the play call because you kind of settle things down. You've thrown the ball last 2 plays now. Come back, try and hit that run play. Everybody's kind of softened up a little bit. Now it's 3rd and we'll call it 5. This is where you can go either way if you're Bret Harte. If you want to throw the football, you can. If you want to try and run the football and say, hey, we're going to take 2 downs to try and get a first down, you have that option too. So lots of options here for Bret Harte. I think they go to the air again.
3rd and 5. In motion is Williams. And there go the Bears defense making another huge stop in on the tackle, Evan Roberson.
Yeah, Roberson, and guess who else? Number 22, Bryce Rathmill out there. Like I said, when you're playing Somerville, that's the number one guy you got to find on the field. Hey, where is he on every play? Because he can wreck things, and you see him do a good job of getting off the block on the tight end, then using his long arms to go up and just grab the running back, allowing Roberson to come over here and finish him off. So great job there by Rathmill once again. Kind of broken record, right? I mean, him and Roberson seem to be leading the defense for Somerville, and now Bret Harte's going to punt.
The realignment just happened this summer, and the scary thing is that Evan Roberson is a sophomore, and this team has to look forward to him for the next 2 years. Low snap for the punt. This will go down to the 26. They put Malachi Lopez back in as he puts on the brakes. Skidding by is the defender. A somewhat decent return for Malachi Lopez as they put him back in play after the second mistake.
Yeah, and exactly. You get him out after you made a mistake, talk to him, and then you go, hey, get back in there, do your thing. You're the return guy for a reason. Good job this time. He had plenty of room. Goes and stutter steps, makes a guy miss, and then picks up about 8 yards on the return before he's brought down by the Bullfrogs. Special teams unit, but Somerville has the ball, has the lead again. Now, if you're the Somerville Bears, you just want to milk this clock or go down and score in one play, obviously, but try and run the ball, I think, again, and just kind of set things up if you're Somerville and trying to wear on this Bret Harte team a little bit. Right now, Bret Harte has all the emotion. Hey, they're in the game. It's close. Until you put them away, that's going to be a difficult fight.
Leveros searching, spins and throws. It is incomplete to Matthew Hike. Leveros had plenty of time in the pocket. The defense was back there, and somehow they just didn't attack him.
Yeah, you see here, good job. This is, again, on that same toss look. You got the motion. It looks like toss. Everybody's running out, and then Leveros just throws it, and I think 74 for Bret Harte, who's not on the original roster, but I got one here that I picked up today. Carson Prescott. He was back there and just kind of got in the way a little bit and kept that from being a completion.
2nd and 10 with the clock stopped at 8:44. Leveros, back-to-back plays in the air. Rolling. Up and down to Lopez. Gets the first, trucks a man, and rolls over the top of two of them. It's Malachi Lopez evading the tackle from Jack Brixby.
Yeah, and you want to see what I love here is watch Leveros. He throws the pass here. He rolls out. He throws a little touch pass. And then he could sit back there and watch, but instead he runs downfield. He's the first guy in front trying to pick up a block. Okay, I mean, you got to love that if you're an offensive guy. You see that from your quarterback. You got to get excited if you're a Bears fan. So that's one of the things that the non-traditional quarterback that he is, he can get up there and make some plays for you, and he'll come out and he'll play a block every now and then for you too.
Leveros, pitch pass to Colton Cash up the middle, has to split the last two defenders. He does, looks to his right, being tracked down into the corner, over the pylon, end zone. Touchdown Somerville. Colton Cash to the house.
Same exact plays he scored on before, same exact result. This time there was a Bullfrog trying to catch him, but still, like I told you, if you get him behind the linebackers, pretty much a wrap. You can done deal that thing. Great job getting out front and pulling by the offensive lineman. Even though they didn't get a big block, they just got in the way, and then Cash down the left sideline. I'll take my chances with him any day in a foot race. One-on-one, I think he's gonna win 9 times out of 10.
Colton Cash in the game against the Denair Coyotes. First 2 touches resulted in touchdowns, and they weren't easy. He had to go some distance, and here showing off his legs as Somerville takes the 19-6 lead. Benitez, the specialist, to make it 20.
And 3 passing touchdowns already for Somerville.
They've gone to Luke Larson in the air twice. One of those was good for a touchdown. Benitez way above the pylons, and it's good. 26, it is Somerville over Bret Harte.
Our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted Best Cup of Coffee 16 years in a row. Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Somerville Bears score again, 20-6. We have another Deo Espresso and Smoothie kickoff in Angels Camp. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Jeremy Hurtado, Coach Jeremy Hurtado, that is.
Got a late substitution here as we got a Bullfrog coming off, and as Michael Hodge, a little gimpy, being replaced on the field by number 19 as we get a pooch kick by Somerville.
Since the addition of Bryson Benitez last year, Somerville has added a whole new thing to their football game. He had multiple kicks last year. I want to say it was 5. I don't have the specific stat in front of me, but he launched the ball directly off the front line of the special teams kickoff return, and Somerville got the ball back in each one of those. And it's a very talented skill that you can have if you can complete it correctly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things. It's just a line drive kick. If you pick someone, you try to hit them. And Benitez being a soccer player and a good soccer player at that, he has the ability to get the ball where he's aiming.
Low snap, fumbled. Robles picks it up. He's going to try to take care of business, but he can't. A huge loss for the Bullfrog offense.
Yeah, again, the motion came across, and something with the timing in the snap just not quite right. As you see, he sends the Boston in motion, and again, that snap just not where it needs to be or not on time. I'm not sure if it's on the quarterback or the center. Regardless, it ends up being a big loss as it loses about 11 yards on the play, brings up a 2nd and 21. This is danger zone here if you're the Bullfrog. You cannot go 3 and out, or heaven forbid turn the ball over if you're Bret Harte on this second down play rather.
In Somerville, a tight defense. They throw into the flat. Defense gets there way too fast. Jevin Rogers takes him down for another loss of 1.
Yeah, and that was just a little flat pass there. Nice job there by the corner, sitting there playing cover 2 and said, hey, this is my area. Not going to get fooled by that receiver going deep. I see it. It's mine. I got it. Boom. Comes up, makes a big stick, and so now it's 3rd and long.
Somerville knows that Bret Harte is most likely going to pass this ball. I couldn't imagine a scenario where they don't. They need to push back Somerville as much as possible. They don't necessarily need a first down, although it'd be nice. Just get more yards back so that when you do punt, you can pin Somerville and hopefully have them run the clock out and maybe even get it back before the half. Pass to the flat again, and it's a huge takedown by Kyle Hamilton, the junior linebacker.
And again, good job there by Hamilton, just sitting in his area. He sees the receiver in front of him take off, and he sits and waits, notices the back coming to him, makes the play. Pretty good job by the Bullfrog offensive line of blocking, but not much there as, again, Hamilton comes up and double leg takedown for Somerville.
Bret Harte wants to talk about it before they give the ball back up. 20-6. We have 5 minutes, 38 seconds before the half.
Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
Somerville's last drive against Waterford took 9 minutes 48 seconds. Of course, that was a running clock. They had 9 plays, resulting in a touchdown with an extra point, although their second longest drive was only 3 minutes 14 seconds. That was the third drive of the game. 7 rushes that eventually ended with a touchdown from Bryce Leveros. But 5 minutes 37 seconds, plenty of time for Somerville to push this one back to the end zone if they can keep hold of the ball. This time it was Malachi Lopez and not Orlando fumbling the punt.
Yeah, and then that's one thing they got to get fixed if you're Somerville, rather, is you can't have that happen. I mean, that's just one of those things where, like, again, if you fair catch it, no one's going to hit you. Make the catch. You're at midfield. You got plenty of time to score. Instead, that's the third time we've seen actually a third time, because on the kickoff that they took back to the house, the guy dropped it as well. So third time we've seen someone drop the ball on special teams. Got to get that fixed if you're Somerville going in to the rest of the Motherload League play.
1st and 10 on the short side of midfield. The 49 of Bret Harte. Leveros in the gun will bring around Orlando Lopez. Ball goes up the gut for Isaac Biggs, who finds the huge hole, and no purple jersey even near. Biggs to the house, 49 yards, touchdown Somerville.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job there by Biggs, and again, it was just right up the gut. All that toss sweep look, all that misdirection and eyes going away, and you can see right here on the replay, still got that same motion. This time it's the give. Everybody's looking outside, and everybody flows on the defense, and then no one left for poor Mr. Biggs to outrun and run over, so he just goes to the end zone.
He's as fast as milk. He's pasteurized before you know it.
Ooh, there you go, see? I bet your dad probably taught you that one, huh? Shout out, Justin. Miss you.
26-6, here's the specialist, Benitez. High snap brought down by Larson, and with relative ease, Benitez makes it look easy. 27-6 in Angels camp. Safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
Somerville Bears 27, Bret Harte Bullfrogs 6. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Jeremy Hurtado, Coach Jeremy Hurtado by my side. I have to get used to saying that again. It's the Deo Espresso and Smoothie kickoff.
Yep, and Somerville getting ready to kick off again. Last couple times they pooch kicked it off to the right. I expect nothing less than that again. Kind of aiming for that 40-yard line. We'll see if Leveros decides to call for that or if they go deep.
Benitez will launch it inside the 10. Wanting to be returned, the Bullfrogs take a chance. To the 30. A little bit of room to go. Down on the Bears sideline. A fantastic return with the foot of Benitez pushing the ball so far back, and the eagerness for the Bears to hit someone. You wouldn't expect this to happen, but the Bullfrogs make it look easy.
Yeah, great return there by Ryan Lee, and that's one of those things when you kick it that far in high school, sometimes you outkick your coverage teams, and they don't get all the way down there, and that was a great example of him getting ahead of steam and Lee did, and getting up the sideline. Good job by the kickoff return team blocking. Setting yourself up at the 37-yard line. So, again, if Bret Harte can do something here, you kind of cut in the league and feel better about yourself at halftime.
Robles scanning, in trouble. Down he goes, Luke Larson with the sack.
Yep, great job there by Larson, and this is not what Bret Harte does. They don't sit back there and throw the ball 50 times a game like some other teams like to do. But so you're really kind of asking your guys to play outside of their skill set. The Robles trying to get outside, make a guy miss, Instead, Larson wraps him up for the big loss, creating a 2nd and
18.
Yeah, there you go, 18.
Bullfrogs, speaking of 18, only playing with 18 players. They were lined up for the national anthem, 1 player on each 5-yard marker. And the team seems small, but what they've done in this first half so far, they're showing grit, determination, and showing that they can keep up in this league and in this game.
Yeah, I mean, and they're doing a good job, like you said. They're battling. They're dealing with what they have. I know they're low on offensive linemen tonight. After talking to the coach Osborne this morning, he kind of alluded to, hey, I have 5 offensive linemen tonight. 2 of them that would normally are here aren't here for whatever reasons. And so I only have 5 offensive linemen. So I have some plans of tight ends coming down to play offensive line if I have to. But he's like, hey, hope my biggest goal tonight is get through the game, get to our bye week, and get ready to come out and have our homecoming game after that. I said, okay. You know, and again, like we talked about earlier, the biggest thing for him is his seniors getting to play varsity football and his freshmen getting to play JV football and not having to combine and be in one team and saying, hey, seniors, you're not going to play because we're going to play JV, or freshmen, hey, you don't get to play because we're going to play varsity.
Robles, here comes the Rathmill. He gets out of it. Robles going the distance until he loses big yards. Rathmill had him occupied for a while, allowed the rest of the defense to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming up with the big play was Owen Herrera. You see here, Rathmill has a chance, doesn't get it. And then Larson gets picked off, and Herrera goes, hey, I got him, guys. Don't worry about it. Herrera, I should have known it was Herrera with the pink shoes. Coaching him in baseball, I should have known that the pink shoes. Had to look at the roster and, oh, yeah, Owen Herrera. Okay, that makes sense.
After rewatching the game from last week against Waterford, the nickname that I had put into my head for Herrera was the crawler. He's always crawling into every single play. He had a few tackles where he crawled away from it like as if he was a massive spider. And I don't like spiders, and I'm sure the offense wouldn't like him acting as a spider either.
Yeah, and the thing with him, I mean, I coached him in baseball a little bit. He's a catcher, so he's a little bit of a different breed as it is, and he's always the guy that could get banged up and bruised up, but he loves it. He loves that contact with baseball, loves it with football. So, again, I wasn't shocked to see the pink shoes be Owen Herrera making the play. Okay, kind of fits what the kind of athlete I expect him to be. So
Herrera had 8 tackles last week, added 1 there this week against Bret Harte, 27-6 in Angels Camp.
Our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted best cup of coffee 16 years in a row. Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Bullfrogs ready to punt, and in this situation, you always have to look at number 9, Evan Roberson. I can't place him currently on the field, but he's always in the backfield, especially on special teams, getting his hands in on the play. This one nearly blocked, goes right over the line. Received just past the 45, being taken down to the 30 before taking a huge hit out of bounds on the Bret Harte side. That's Malachi Lopez for the Somerville Bears.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a great job on special teams. That time he gets up. He doesn't have to worry about catching it because it bounces to him. So it's a one-hop. That's the kind you like if you're the return guy. Defensive line almost gets it. Instead, one-hops him, makes the first guy miss, and then there's nobody there within 15 yards. So he goes and gets it all the way up to the 30-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. So Somerville, chance to add on to this 21-point lead with 2:48 left to go.
And it looks like it's a similar story from 2 weeks ago against the Wildcats of Waterford. It was 7-6 at the end of 1, 29-6 at the end of 2. And here goes Leveros on the run, evades another tackle inside the 10, trolling into the end zone, taken down late, and there goes the flag. But even without it, touchdown Somerville.
Yeah, that was a called design quarterback draw, and you're going to say, how do you know that? Look at it. If you watch the replay, watch 71, the center. He runs 15 yards downfield, blocks a linebacker, maybe in the back, not saying. And then, so hey, as an offensive lineman's 15, 20 yards downfield, it has to be a designed run. So Leveros did a good job of selling it. Number 34 for Somerville, Biggs gets out in front, lays the block, and then it's untouched into the end zone until he crosses the yellow line of the soccer field, which is unfortunately for Bret Harte about 3 yards into the end zone. So that's going to cost him some yardage on the extra point.
And
on the kickoff, rather.
To play devil's advocate a little bit, it doesn't make it right for the Bullfrog to take him down late, but Leveros was nearly walking and looking in his direction. Could have been a taunting call. Yeah. You have to look at it both ways, but you can't hit a guy just because he's looking at you either.
Especially a quarterback. They're going to protect them. It doesn't matter what level you're playing. If it's Pop Warner, high school, college, NFL, they're going to protect quarterbacks all the time. So,
and with the foot of Bryson Benitez, they'll tack that on to the kickoff, and we did see him kick the ball through the uprights from that extra yardage mark.
Yeah, I expect that completely this time.
Benitez gets set. Good snap this time. Mr. Perfect, the specialist. It's 34-6. My apologies. It's Somerville leading Bret Harte.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
Somerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. We have our Deo Espresso and Smoothies kickoff next, and Coach Jeremy Hurtado finally getting it right the first time. You've been all over the place coaching at different schools, all over the MLL, and you've coached for both of these teams.
I have, yeah. I coached for Somerville for a little bit, under with Coach Watson, and then I came over here and coached with Bret Harte for Kelly Osborne and a couple other coaches here. And then I went to Merced College and did some stuff there at Delta College. So I've been around the Motherload League for a long time. I played in the Motherload League back in high school at Somerville. So, it's one of those things. A buddy of mine calls me the man of the Motherload because I've almost coached at all the teams. I actually helped out at Amador for a year, too. I did some statistical work there for him. So it's good. Like I said, Motherload League, I love the area. It's great to be a part of it. And if Benitez doesn't kick this one to the end zone, I'd be shocked. There it is.
It's the upright.
Skill points. Give him an extra one for hitting the upright. See?
Oh, Benitez.
Love it.
One of the top kickers, not only in the section, but also in the state of California, making the uprights move a little bit there. But, Jeremy, now you're a part of a team that hasn't been in the Motherload League for, I believe it's 9 years now. They left the league a little bit late with the realignments, but now they're back in. How do you feel about Linden moving from the league they were in, coming back? Is it good? Is it bad? Who does it help? Who does it hurt?
I mean, it definitely helps Linden as far as playing teams that are kind of the same size of them. The last couple of years, they've been in the SJAA with Edison and Bear Creek and some bigger schools. Ooh, that one's almost picked on the rebound. Some of the bigger schools, they were playing schools that were 1,500, almost 2,000 kids, where Linden only has 740-ish kids. So, I mean, that's a big jump when you're playing those teams, and those are your teams you're playing in the league. Now, it's nice for travel because everything is like 15 minutes, 20 minutes from you in the SJAA, so that's not a negative for them. But as far as competitive size and things like that, it's going to work out well for Linden. I think it works out better for the Motherload League in general. I love the way that they kind of realign the Motherload League, at least for football. They got some teams in there that are new, like I said, to play each other in the lower level, the Pop Warner situation. So I think that's going to create some good rivalries. And I think keeping Calaveras in the league was a huge plus for the Motherload League too, because originally I heard they were leaving.
Yeah.
And they were going to the TVL with Sonora. I think if that happened, that kind of would have hurt. But Somerville, Calaveras, Bret Harte staying there as a core, and then bringing in the new teams, like bringing back Linden, bringing in Riverbank, some teams like Big Valley Christian and River Islands for football. Millennium, once they get their situation figured out, I think that's going to be a great situation for the league in general.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
When it comes to safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted Best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net.
34-6, Somerville leading Bret Harte. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Coach Jeremy Hurtado with me, and Bret Harte on a 3rd and 11. Robles in the backfield. He has a back to his right in the three-point stance as the 4 receivers flush downfield. Robles gets it out clean, nearly complete, but the double defensive backs, the safeties of Lopez and Lopez, are right there to make the incompletion happen.
Yeah, and that was a good pass there. There's pressure on the quarterback. Steps up, makes the play. I bet you if you go down and ask Boston, hey, it's like, yeah, I dropped that one. That one was there in his hands. Yes, there was contact afterwards, but you got to catch that with your hands and not try and catch it against your body. He tried to catch it against his body, and then when he got hit, he bounced forward and knocked the ball. Yeah, you see him shaking his head saying, yeah, that was my bad. That's one you got to go up and get with your quarterback, because it would have been a first down, big play at the 43-yard line or so. Instead, you're in punt formation again already with 1:47, and Somerville with a chance to really put this away before halftime.
Plenty of time to score for the Bears once they get this back, but they've had trouble returning punts and keeping the ball in control. If Robles can force them to fumble, that can be huge for the Bullfrogs in the first half. It is Orlando Lopez back, and this ball goes nowhere near him, and it takes a nice Bullfrog bounce. Somerville will have to go a decent length in only a minute 39.
Yeah, great job there of directional kicking. It went on over in. It's not the pretty spiral that you look for from punters. You see it in the NFL and college, but this is just as effective as it gets 30 yards downfield and bounces and rolls for another 20 yards. So in the end, it looks like a booming 50-yard punt. In reality, it only went like 30 yards in the air and rolled another 20, but you'll take it when you're Bret Harte and trying to flip field position. Could be just what you needed to kind of try and keep Somerville from putting any more points on the board here in the first half.
So let's look further into the Motherload League in the upcoming years. Realignments usually take place every 4 to 8 years, depending on what the situation is. It lasted 8 years this previous time because the COVID pandemic and everything like that. They decided to push it further. They played 8 years. But with this 4 years, let's just say it goes 8 with the current conditions. How does it look now? How does it look in 4 years? And how does it look in 8 years?
So I really, like I said, I like the way it looks this year. Obviously, I mean, everybody, if you look at everybody that projects football-wise, it's Somerville, Calaveras, and Linden, right? Those are the 3 teams at the top of the league. But then after you look at those 3 teams, you see teams that are kind of rebuilding and rebranding. Bret Harte, Riverbank, who right now is 3-0, coming into a huge game tonight against Calaveras. And they've had probably one of the best seasons they've had in a long time there. Get a chance to rebuild and not be in the TVL, which is huge for them, right? So it really helps teams like that. Millennium trying to rebuild as you get another pass out here in the flat to Lopez. But it's really those teams that are rebuilding, and River Islands is just this is their first year of varsity football, so they get to build. So it's really looking at teams that are building and rebuilding after those top 3. Now, you look at other sports, I mean, it's going to be huge, I think, when you get to the other sports, and maybe not as great for some of the other sports because the travel is going to be rough. Okay, going to Linden from Somerville on a Wednesday night to play a soccer game, maybe not the greatest thing in the world, right? And the same thing with basketball and volleyball, this and that. But at the end of the day, I think it kind of fits everybody, and I think everybody's going to benefit from it for the most part. In the future, like I said, you get a chance for teams to rebuild, and that's really what you're looking at for football-wise. We're talking about football right now. You get a chance for some of these teams to get wins, to play teams that are kind of in the same realm as them, the Riverbanks, the Big Valley Christians, the Bret Harte teams, the River Islands. Those teams get to build and kind of, hey, they're going to beat up on each other. They're going to chew up on each other. Someone's going to end up 2-4 in league or 2-6 in league, whatever, Millennium, once they get back in, there's going to be more league games. But that's what you want, is just kind of chance that, hey, we got positive, we get to see, we get to build. So, like I said, I really think it's going to be good.
1 minute, 13 seconds left in the half, 34-6. Somerville penalty against them. They'll bring the ball back and force another run from Colton Cash, who has full white blockers in front of him, leading the way. Colton Cash to the house from deep distance. Touchdown, Somerville.
Yeah, and if you look at that, the offensive lineman, Christopher, I'm going to mess this up, Cheveras? Okay, yep, that's what it is. I mean, he was the first guy out there making the play, running all the way down the field, blocking. You'll see him right here, 57 on your screen, gets up there, and he's right there. Boom, there he is with the black undershirt, all the way downfield blocking a safety. That's what you get when you get big runs, is you get offensive linemen, receivers doing extra work. They go downfield, they get a block, they spring it, and so the receiver or running back looks like, hey, I did all the work. But really, when you watch it on film, those are the things you go back and film, and you're like, hey, that's what we got to get. That's what we're doing. That sends it 57 yards down or 52 yards downfield, is those kind of blocks.
And they had the penalty right before, so it was about 60 yards in total, 29 seconds on the drive, and Benitez to make it a 7-point possession. They do. It is 41-6. Somerville taking a dominant stance in half one.
Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
Second quarter points from the Somerville Bears, and those touchdowns brought to you by Colton Cash. If you're in need of a touchdown, call Somerville High School, ask for number 6.
I told you earlier, I said I'd get the ball to him as much as I could. The only thing I'm concerned about now is he went off the field. He's out by the baseball field. Looks like he might have got a little shaken up. He's back there getting some treatment, so hopefully he can be back here. And I mean, not that they've really needed him here in the second half probably, but I don't want to see him banged up and out as they look forward to homecoming next week.
The junior Ryan Lee, another decent return for Bret Harte. They have 54 seconds, and the way they pass the ball, of course you want those pass completions, but you need to go somewhere towards the sideline. That's where Somerville does a lot of their great work. Bret Harte has attacked the middle. That's where you get the yards, but with the clock running, you have to go faster, and that's not how Bret Harte has played through the first half.
No, and I completely expect just a run here, go to halftime, and you have to run 2 plays. So run the ball twice, go to halftime, regroup. But they come out and spread, so hey, gotta love it, Kelly. Throw the ball, baby.
Orlando Lopez playing off his receiver, looking towards the quarterback instead of the receiver. Nearly picked by Hamilton, but it falls and drops, and the Somerville coaches in disbelief.
Yeah, that was a pick 6 all over it. Hamilton sitting there in coverage. You'll see here on the replay, just sitting in the flat, waiting, saying, please throw that. He undercuts it, and he's gone. He knows that everybody on the sideline knew it. He was already planning what he was going to do in the end zone. And unfortunately for him, he dropped the ball. You see a better look here on a high above look. Comes off the first receiver. Great job of undercutting the route. Nobody between him and the end zone.
You can't do that twice more, or else Somerville will be in decent field position to continue their scoring streak in the second quarter. We have a penalty, and I think this goes against the defense.
Yeah, it's going to be offsides against Somerville. Somebody lined up offsides from Somerville. Braden Bustamante is kind of the guy holding his hands up saying, well, what'd I do? So I'm assuming it was probably him. But, you never know. That's high school.
45 seconds. Bret Harte catches a small break. They'll get a free 5 yards. Second and about 5 for them. Robles. Plenty of time. High arcing ball will drop down on the sideline, just out of reach and just out of play. Intended target, again, Boston Williams, the senior running back wide receiver mix.
Yeah, and that was a good route. Just the pass was a little too far outside. He had the right idea. Throw it to the outside where your receiver can go back and get it. But it was about 4 yards too wide, and if we were playing on a soccer field, it would have been a great catch. But football, 56 and a third yards wide, so you only have a little bit of room on that outside. Instead, goes incomplete, and now it's 3rd and long.
They'll set up in the same formation, 3rd and 5. Robles back to his right side. He's added for protection. Robles will throw it to the sideline. First down, Bullfrogs. And I believe he got out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job there, and that's going to leave 28 seconds left on the clock. First down, Bret Harte on the move. And again, this isn't what they do, but it seems like they're kind of adept at it. I mean, for a team that has only thrown the ball 22 times all year, they've come out, and I don't have the numbers, but I'm assuming they've probably thrown about 15 times already here in the first half. Oh, so they say he didn't get out of bounds, so that's going to run the clock. So they got to get moving here. They only have 1 timeout left, too.
Robles, 4 out, 2 top, 2 bottom. More time. Somerville only brings 3. Rolling to the right side. Here comes the Rathmill. Takes a small shove. Oh, and there goes the penalty flag.
Yeah, I was waiting for it because you see that late hit by Bryce, and sometimes as a defensive player, you do all this work and you want to hit the quarterback. You get a chance, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to take the extra step and hit him anyway. Just let's see if the officials call it, and then they did. So going to be 15 yards for Bret Harte. Get them inside Somerville territory. It's one of those penalties, though, as a coach, you kind of look at it and go, yeah. All right, Bryce, let's see on the replay here. We'll see how late it actually was. Again, they like to protect quarterbacks. Yeah, okay, it was late. Yeah, it was about 2 steps too late. So.
And in that scenario, too, the officials are looking at the play, and Rathmill had that 1 step that he could have moved to either side.
Yep.
He saw the ball going in the air. When he gets to an NFL-type level, that type of hit, since you didn't actually tackle him, it may be looked at differently. But in the high school level where you're trying to be extra protective in every single play, definitely they're a tad late. So now it's 1st and 10 for Bret Harte. Robles looking end zone, looking air, going to the corner, to the 10. It is nearly intercepted, but batted away by Carlos Rivera Betancourt, the senior, making sure that ball was going incomplete.
Yeah, Richie Hamley had it, and he was just waiting for it to come down, and that's kind of the teaching point, right? He's waiting there instead of attacking. Actually tries to go up and get it. Never mind, he does try and go get it. Instead, the receiver, Rivera Betancourt, just makes a good play on it. I mean, that's one of those things if you're a quarterback or the offense coordinator, the guys on the sideline telling him, hey, you did a great job there. Betancourt, knock it away, make sure it's not a turnover.
If you asked me 2 minutes ago, I thought Somerville would have a chance at scoring again, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal, but thanks to Robles' passing abilities, the receiver's ability to reel in the ball, and that penalty flag, Bret Harte still a chance to score before the half until now. A takedown for Trenton Stone, counted as a sack, and count us at halftime. 41-6, the Somerville Bears starting out the Motherload League with a huge lead. It's Somerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
At Deo, our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted best cup of coffee 16 years in a row. Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
When it comes to safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
At Deo, our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted Best Cup of Coffee 16 years in a row. Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
When it comes to safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted Best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, Social Security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
At Deo, our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted Best Cup of Coffee 16 years in a row. Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
When it comes to safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections.
Voted Best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. jbixlerinspections.net.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
At Deo, our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted Best Cup of Coffee 16 years in a row. Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
When it comes to safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted Best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. jbixlerinspections.net.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
Game 1 of Motherload League play, the Somerville Bears 41 to the Bret Harte Bullfrogs 6. We are 24 minutes into this matchup, and the Somerville Bears showing why they are one of the top teams in the league, and it's still only game 1, but the Bullfrogs, they came out hot, and they were just within 1 point in the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, end of the first quarter was 7-6. You got to remember that. Then Somerville Somerville had some issues at the beginning of the game. They had some penalties that were unlike them. They almost turned the ball over a couple times. Settled down, and since the start of the second quarter, it's been gas pedal. Found it, hit it, and go.
Bret Harte will start with an onside kick. This is received by Hamilton at midfield. Looked like Bret Harte may have gotten that ball back, but luckily the hands of Hamilton show up in the time of need.
Yeah, had a chance to get it, and that's one of those things. I mean, you got to respect Coach Osborne. Hey, we're trying everything, right? If you're Bret Harte, keep the ball out of Somerville's hands. Great job there. Great execution. Almost right here. 4, got to get that. Right? I mean, you got to go get the ball. I know you're going to run into a guy, but you got to go get the ball there if you're Bret Harte. Ricky Molina, the junior wide receiver, they're going to watch film and be like, hey, you were there, now make the play. Right? I mean, that's one of those things. And if you're Somerville, this is really just, hey, let's go out here and get our starters maybe one more drive before you start seeing some of the backups get some valuable time.
That was our Deo Espresso and Smoothies kickoff as Isaac Biggs takes a run up the middle. First play in the second half. It's Biggs to the house, touchdown Somerville.
And there it is, right? You get that one play, the execution. There it is, one and done. I think I would assume you're going to pull the starters now and kind of just let some guys get some playing time that you don't normally see. But Biggs does what he needs to do, right? I mean, you can't fault Somerville. They came out, they showed that they're bigger and better on tonight in the second quarter and in the third quarter. And then they came out and did what they had to do. They're showing why they're the number one team in D7. I mean, I'm going to tell you that right now, right? I mean, number one team in D7 for a reason. I think they've earned that. They play a great D7 schedule, playing against some of the Ripon Christians, who is a D6 school. So, hey, hats off to them. They're doing what they had to do tonight.
Another bad snap. Larson puts it to the ground, and Benitez times it perfectly for a 48-6. We're going to keep it here. We love all of our NorCal Sports TV Somerville Bears sponsors. Let's talk about Deo Espresso a little bit. They're the kickoff sponsor for Somerville, second year running for them. Deo Espresso, been in the community a long time. They keep adding one by one. It was unfortunate the Angels Camp Mega Hut. I don't know exactly what they called it, but it was the one building that you can actually walk into.
Almost a drive-through restaurant type situation. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly, and they've been in the Motherload for years and years and continue to thrive and grow and becoming the next major coffee chain, possibly. And it is phenomenal. If you're from out of the area, if you're watching from out of state, listening from out of state, and you come anywhere near the Motherload, it's one place that I'm happy to have. And if I were to ever move, it would be tough to not have a Deo.
No, absolutely. And I mean, hey, you say what you will about the Seattle-based business, right? I mean, no names, right? But there's something about the Deo Espresso experience that I think is just a better overall experience. I like the flavor of the coffee better, honestly. And again, I'm not a huge coffee fan. So like we talked about, they have the Red Bull drinks, they have other things. I do occasionally go to that Seattle-based business and have something there with the wife. But I like the Deo better, in my opinion, than I do that Seattle-based business. So again, and maybe it's just a personal preference. But anytime you can support local businesses that also support the community, I think that's a win.
And I've had my own favorite drink from Deo Espresso for years and years. A family friend got a peanut butter blast. I tried it. I never looked back, and that's what I get almost every single time. But luckily, I have friends that order different things. I can try those, and I'm never disappointed. There's I mentioned it in one of the previous broadcasts. I think it's Tahitian mocha or white mocha of some sort. Absolutely phenomenal, and it's hard to go away from that peanut butter blast, but there's every single drink that's top notch.
No, absolutely. I mean, you look at the toffee coffee, cocoa mocha nut, peanut butter blast. Like I said, hey, you can tell. Not just saying that I like the place. Okay, I go there frequently. Like I said, I haven't been there in a while. I might have to go there on Monday. I'm just saying. I passed two of them on the way to practice down to Linden, so maybe I'll have to stop in and get one. Good 2 o'clock pick me up on the way to practice. So, thanks for the head idea, Levi. We'll check back in here on Bret Harte's offense.
1st and 10 for Robles. Somerville brings 3. He finds the open man, and they get a nice 8-yard gain.
Yeah, and again, Bret Harte throwing the football around. Like I said, according to the stats from our guy Dossie from the Union Democrat, or not Union Democrat, former Union Democrat guy.
Calaveras Enterprise.
Calaveras Enterprise, sorry, guy. my fault there. But coming into the game, Robles was 2 of 17 for 22 yards. Not very impressive. And a pick. Tonight, I guarantee you he's thrown the ball more than 17 times. And he's thrown the ball on one play for a 50-yard touchdown pass. So increasing the stats tonight. Now, is this something that they're going to continue to do? I don't know. We'll see as the weeks go on.
Robles, plenty of time. Here comes the boom. The hit is laid, and the pass is tipped incomplete at midfield, and some friendly fire from Lopez, and I believe the other player there is Owen Herrera, but a couple of Bears are banged up. Definitely Malachi Lopez.
And definitely the pink cleats are on the ground, so it's Herrera on the replay, right? I mean, that's all you got to look for is the pink cleats. Here, though, Robles misses the guy, and he's going to see this on film. He has a wide open receiver coming across the middle, number 4, Molina. That guy we talked about on the kickoff, he came across the middle running that late drag, and he was all alone. Had a chance to make a big play there. Instead, friendly fire, like you said, 2 Bears down. That's not what you want from Somerville. Only dressing 22 players tonight. I know they have more on the roster, but we can only see what's here, right? I mean, that's 22 players on the roster tonight. You can't afford to get guys hurt, especially as you turn into that league game next week. Homecoming back at home.
And with this, too, of course, it's a 42-point lead for Somerville, but you also have to look at this. You can scale back on offense, but you can't on defense. You need to make the stops no matter what. Here's a Robles run. That earns a first down.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of expected to see more is him run the football. He has 5 rushing touchdowns on the season. 5 of the 7 touchdowns on the ground that Bret Harte scored has come from his legs. But here you see him break the pocket and then doing a good job of making a guy miss and then getting down before he takes a big shot. Got to love that if you're a coach. One thing you try to teach quarterbacks all the time, especially a certain quarterback that I coached here that I talk to still all the time playing over in Europe professionally, Ryan Kraft, we talk about all the time as, hey, slide, get out of bounds, don't take the hit. And he's like, yeah, coach, I know. And he was doing some film breakdown for me last week, and we're talking about things, and he's telling my quarterback, hey, slide, get down. I'm like, hey, I've heard that before. He's like, yeah, I know. So he's like, it's easier to say it when you're, pick 6.
Robles gives it right to Bryce Rathmill. Interception, touchdown, Rathmill touchdown, Somerville touchdown. Into the 50-point territory for the Somerville Bears.
Yeah, and Rathmill just sat there waiting for it. Robles dropped back and hit him right between the 2 and the 2. Unfortunately, Rathmill plays for Bret Harte for Somerville if you're a Bret Harte fan. But you see Rathmill just waiting, boom. Undercuts that out route, and he's gone. There was no one going to catch him. Third baseman on this baseball team. He can run, and he's gone. Pick 6. Rathmill gets another touchdown. I think he got one last year on a fumble recovery. This year gets one on a pick 6. So Rathmill not playing offense, still putting points on the board.
Bryce Rathmill, one of the leading tacklers on the team, finally pays off for him. He gets a defensive touchdown. Benitez, the extra point. This one's low, but it's still good. It is 55-6. Bret Harte will return the kickoff after this.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through three functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
Bryce Rathmill, a defensive story last year. 25 tackles, led the team in sacks with 5. Closest behind him was Gabriel Colmenares, who had 4. Whoever else had a sack, only 1 or none. He also had 4 forced fumbles, most of those sacks leading to the forced fumble. Bryce Rathmill put in the work last year and is leading this defense by his own power.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he's the guy you got to look for if you're on defense. If you're playing against Somerville, you got to find him and know where he is, and then send 1, maybe 2 guys to him to block him. Make sure that he can't blow up your offensive schemes.
Bullfrogs will start this possession. 9 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third, and they'll be at the 23 on their own side of the field.
Taking a look at some scores around the Motherload League, Calaveras up 42-7 at halftime down to Riverbank. So Riverbank started out 3-0. Everything was looking good. 2 straight shutouts for the Bruins. And then Calaveras came to town and then kind of welcomed the Motherload League Riverbank. Thanks to Guy Dossie for the update there.
Last time these two teams played, Somerville Bret Harte back on October 7th of 2022. Offense, a completely new team. Defense, the one that stands out is Bryce Leveros. When he was a freshman, he had 2 tackles and a forced fumble against this Bullfrog offense, but now taking his time doing his work on offense and leaving the defense to do everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I mean, Bret Harte there tries to run the ball, doesn't get anything going. But I think you got to keep doing that if you're Kelly Osborne. Just kind of run some of this clock. What you don't want to go is 3 and out again. Or, again, a pick 6 like you had last time. And give the ball right back to the Somerville offense to put more points on the board. Try and manage the game here a little bit if you're a Bret Harte.
Score ended 47-0 2 years ago. Somerville only had the ball. Time of possession, 13 minutes, 2 seconds. They ran 23 plays for a total of 512 yards. But even in that game, too, just like we saw in the first half, 11 penalties for Somerville and only 5 for Bret Harte. And so it's a similar story 2 years apart.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this has been, since the second quarter started, it's been Somerville putting the gas pedal down and kind of just running away with things, which we kind of expected, honestly, coming into the game. But Bret Harte, got to give him credit. They came out in the first quarter and showed, hey, we can make some plays.
Pass is complete. Bret Harte, Robles, showing some work at the quarterback position.
Another score from the Motherload League. Big Valley Christian 20. River Islands getting their first home football game, varsity level, ever. 8 just before halftime. So there's the update. There's only 2 other games going on in the Motherload League. Riverbank losing big to Calaveras 42-7. Big Valley Christian up 20-8 just before halftime down in Lathrop.
And the reason that your team, the Linden Lions, don't have a game is because Millennium backed out of the league very early in the season. Here's another pick for the Somerville Bears. It's Lopez with a huge block in the back. No flag is on the ground, but that's one that certainly needs to be called. Somerville will have the ball at the 40.
Yeah, and Lopez did a good job there just playing center field. That ball was probably 15 yards overthrown from making the play, and Lopez is sitting back there playing center field. And then there's that back block that you saw and you called right on the action. Probably should have been a penalty by rule because that's the rule is if you're going back towards your goal line, that's the penalty. Instead, they didn't, and now, hey, we're going running clock, which kind of expected here in the second half. Again, Osborne trying to keep people from getting hurt. Good decision there. Let's run the clock. Let's get out of here if you're Bret Harte and Somerville without anybody getting injured and get ready for next week.
Handoff nearly slides through, but the gap closes on Malachi Fromm, the junior running back who last week had 1 rush for 9 yards. He's been one of those backs that comes in late play. Rogers came in late at the end of the last game, and he had a 2-yard rush for a touchdown. So from Rogers, those are the two that they can look to in this time where they need to run the clock and they don't want to burn out Biggs or Cash.
Yeah, Lopez and Lopez also in there at wingback. So
here's a Lopez now. Down goes the official as Malachi Lopez will take it to the house.
Yeah, and you heard me say ooh because the official, the umpire there, ran over. Looked like Douglas Henderson maybe was the guy blocking. He blocked a Bullfrog right into the official. See if we can get you a replay.
So Lopez on the end around goes up the middle. A few players are in the move, and Orlando Lopez was the one who threw the block into the official. And he's going to be down for a moment as we get the replay of the Malachi Lopez touchdown. Somerville will go up 61-6. We'll take a break for more of your local NorCal Sports TV sponsors.
Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
When it comes to safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted Best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net. Medical staff attending to the injured official. Clock still running down to 5 minutes 30 seconds in the third quarter. Somerville 61, Bret Harte 6. We want to thank all of our lovely NorCal Sports TV Somerville Bears sponsors, Deo Espresso and Smoothies, Jay Bixler Home Inspections, one of the best home inspection companies in the 209, voted the best of the 209, I believe, 8 years straight. Caldwell Insurance Services, one of my high school classmates, my apologies, I can't word right now. One of my high school classmates, Mitchell Prevost, working for the Caldwell team now, and you can call, ask for him to give him some business. We also have Benton Roberson CPAs. If you're in need of a CPA, Benton Roberson is the best in town. Also servicing Turlock as they have a office on Gear Road. And then, of course, the one and only Bears Quarterback Club, doing all the work to bring you these broadcasts, getting the sponsors, getting us into the booths at each school, and just making sure that you're able to watch and listen to Somerville Bears football no matter where we go. 62-6, it's Somerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
Deo Espresso and Smoothies kickoff for Somerville Bears. Booting it to the Bret Harte Bullfrogs. We are nearing the end of the third, 62-6. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores. Coach Jeremy Hurtado by my side. We just ran through all our sponsors, our lovely sponsors. Give them your business if you love Somerville football. They're bringing you these. Of course, we're putting their name out there as well, and a lot of these businesses, they just love the Motherload, they love the teams, and they would do it without any recognition, I'm sure, because they want to highlight the players on the field. But Caldwell Insurance, I mentioned my classmate, Mitchell Prevost, but you have your former classmate, too.
Yeah, Candace Caldwell, family actually owns the business, so they're running it. So another Somerville grad, giving back to Somerville Athletics. She was an athlete there at Somerville as well, so great to see her helping out the alma mater, getting these games broadcast. Got to love that. And again, can't do it without everybody that gives us the financial backing to come in here and bring you these games every Friday night.
And with the Motherload League starting now, this is what everyone wants to see. Preseason is nice to fight those teams that you don't usually get to go against. And now it's against the teams that you've been watching for years and years in the battle that goes back and forth. Who will have the upper hand? Well, this is the time for that. And Somerville, the upper hand against Bret Harte in the first game of the Motherload League.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is a Bret Harte team that's learning as they go. So, I mean, you've seen them kind of come out of their shell. They've been throwing the ball around tonight. Looks like they're going to keep doing it, which, again, I love. Okay, gets Williams the ball in space, make him, and you're like, okay, it's 62-6. Why does this really matter? Well, again, you said it's game one of league, right? So you're going to put this on film. Everybody's going to see it in league. You're going to get a chance to show it in the 2 weeks when you come back for your homecoming game, because Bret Harte has a bye next week. So it's one of those things you just keep working, trying to get better.
1:31 stopped on the clock as an injured Bear is down on the field. We don't have a name. This was a late roster addition that we don't have, unfortunately, but he tried to get up, move towards the sideline, and they had to bring out the training staff for us. But once again, thanks to all of our lovely Somerville Bears sponsors, here is a look at a few. It's Somerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV. Deo Espresso and Smoothies again. Jeremy, you're going to go on Monday. You're going to.
You've already decided.
I'm
okay,
telling
you. Go.
What do you get?
Probably Coca Mocha Nut. That's my go-to usually. So I do like the peanut butter blast. I enjoy that. And again, the Red Bull drinks. But 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon, I'm probably going to have to go for some kind of a sweet coffee drink. I'm just thinking. And
the temperatures are rising over the weekend as well. Need to make sure you have something cool.
Yep.
They have seasonal flavors, too. Each month they have the seasonal flavors that they come out with to mix it up, and you can try all their fall drinks that they have currently at each and every Deo Hut. Bullfrogs go on the run. They earn 3. They'll be a yard short for 3rd and 1 at midfield.
And they'll take us about a minute left to go here in the third quarter. And again, building positives if you're Bret Harte. You've been able to play a game with 5 offensive linemen. I know we got a fourth quarter left, so we're going to try and not jinx anybody, but they've made it through that. There's only been a couple guys that kind of got banged up a little bit for Bret Harte so far, so knock on wood that continues. And again, like I said, I talked to Osborne, and that was kind of the big thing is, hey, we know what's coming. Somerville's a really good football team. We're going to try and get through it without getting hurt and get ready for our homecoming in 2 weeks.
Robles has a man chasing him from behind, tucks and runs, first down and out of bounds on the Bullfrog sideline. Robles doing most of the work for the Bullfrog offense.
Yeah, and guess who was there to push him out of bounds? Number 9, Evan Roberson. I mean, he's been everywhere, right? I mean, you see here good penetration and pressure by Douglas Henderson, and then on the sideline, there's Evan Roberson to usher, we'll say, out of bounds. The running back, the quarterback, Robles for Bret Harte, and that ends the third quarter play.
To the fourth quarter we go. This is Somerville Bears football on NorCal Sports TV. Safety, is having the best important to you? If you answered yes, look no further than Jay Bixler for your home inspections. Voted Best of 209 5 years straight. Whether it's residential or commercial, get in touch with your premier 209 area home inspectors. Sonora, Modesto, Manteca, Stockton, Turlock, and all the surrounding areas. JBixlerInspections.net.
At Caldwell Insurance, our local team is dedicated to providing you with quality personal and commercial insurance programs. Whether it's for your home, autos, farm, or business, our professional team of agents can find the best protection at a competitive price. It's our family-owned and operated agency that will provide you and your loved ones protection under our roof. Give us a call at 209-532-5102 or visit our website at caldwell-insurance.com.
NorCal Sports TV is happy to bring you not only Motherload Sports, but all sports throughout Northern California. Follow us on the socials and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, NorCal Sports TV, on everything, Facebook, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram. Follow us on the socials.
Yeah, speaking of things coming up tomorrow on our network, we got the number 1 versus number 6 JC football teams in the state playing against each other. Where Modesto takes on San Mateo, as I got a nice little catch there. So,
first down, Bret Harte, a nice toss to about the 20-yard line. Good play from Robles and the Bret Harte working horse.
Yeah, and you know, our man Luis Rangel giving us the action tonight. He'll be there working that game tomorrow night in Modesto. So again, something you can check out on NorCal Sports TV. The great thing about NorCal Sports TV, 1 o'clock kickoff, is that you can watch it anytime. So on Wednesday, if you have nothing else going on, go back and watch the game from tomorrow night. That's what I do during the week. So,
and I make sure after every game to go back, get all the stats, and listen to all the dumb things I said, like saying how Isaac Biggs was as fast as milk and he's pasteurized before you know it. Go back and cringe at myself. But
we're going to make a banner next week and bring it up and hold it up.
Modesto Junior College is a place for some Motherload athletes to go and play sports, and they've had a couple of recent football players from Somerville High School go, and right now I've seen the post from Robert Burciaga, one of his family members playing on the team now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what kind of got my idea about it was, Burciaga's there. You also got Cade Clifton from Sonora High School that's playing down there, some receiver for him. You get a chance from some of these Motherload League teams to come down there and play at a high quality level. MJC, Tyler Sells also from Sonora High playing there. So
Robles trying to get the defense away from him, a solid run. And as we talk about social media, NorCal Sports TV on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram, Coach Jeremy, you're fairly active too, especially when it comes to high school sports, junior college sports, wherever you're at a game every single day, even if there isn't one. Somehow you find yourself on a field. Where can they find you?
It's at Jeremy Hurtado 11 on X is the best way to kind of see things. I posted some pictures tonight, halftime of the scoreboard, some of the cheerleader action. I'll be posting some stuff here after the game as well. So I enjoy Motherload League sports. I love all sports. During basketball season, I do a lot of games for NorCal Sports TV. I did a AAU basketball tournament last weekend for NorCal Sports TV. So it's just one of those things. NorCal Sports TV covers everything from AAU to JC and even some college events for Cal field hockey every now and then. So you never know what we're going to be and where we're going to wind up. And the coach, women's ultimate frisbee. We got some semi-professional basketball, semi-pro football games. So again, it's one of those things where NorCal Sports TV always covering something. And if I'm not watching a sport, I got to go ahead and broadcast one. So it's just the way it is.
You can follow me on Instagram, LeviF01. Also, follow my Facebook page, NorCal's Voice of Choice / Levi Flores. There I occasionally post things about where I'm at, what games I'm doing. Also the voice on a couple of other networks, including Stanislaus State University for volleyball, basketball. And here is Herrera. He's back in after the kneecaps being collided with. He'll go all the way. Somerville will take it on another defensive touchdown, second of the night.
88 yards after the handoff went away as number 9, Robles, had to come out for Bret Harte. Bixley came in to replace him, and then the handoff went awry and into the hands of Owen Herrera, and then he shows off the wheels. Not your typical catcher speed as he goes 88 yards for a touchdown.
And what about Jevin Rogers and some of the other defensive players? They don't leave Herrera out there to run by himself. They're celebrating, going down with him. And that's exactly the team effort that the Somerville sideline wants to see.
No, absolutely. And that's one of those things, too. Big play. You got your linebacker that picks up the ball, take it to the house, and everybody's there to celebrate in the end zone for him. So, and now we have a little communication as we don't – somebody is supposed to be on the field that's not.
They're trying to wave a couple of players out, and Benitez
might be a ball. I don't know if they have a kicking ball for Somerville. I don't know. Benitez comes to the sideline to try and figure it out. Yep, it is a kicking ball. See, I knew it. Benitez bringing it out, and now he says, nope, that's not the right one. Maybe we figured it out after all.
I'm convinced that if you put a bowling ball out there, Benitez will still find a way to make it.
And now Somerville's still missing a player, so they're looking for someone to say, oh, forget it. We'll just kick it with 10.
Benitez with the lack of protection, Larson to hold. Low and good.
Held it anyway. Yep. You don't need 11. You can 10, 9, whatever. Just get it the ball on the tee, and he'll kick it through the uprights.
6 for Bret Harte. Somerville at 69.
Our purpose is to provide you with the best quality drink available and the fastest service. Now with 10 little yellow drive-through coffee shops in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. Voted Best Cup of Coffee 16 years in a row. Check out our menu and locations at deoespresso.com.
Benton Roberson CPA's passion is helping people achieve business success and financial independence. While we certainly provide traditional accounting services such as tax preparation, payroll, and bookkeeping, we also offer a variety of advisory services to help with business planning, social security decisions, income and asset growth, tax efficiency, and much more. Benton Roberson CPAs is here to help our clients achieve their goals through a generational relationship and wealth building. We hope to see you soon.
Jeremy, I don't want to call you out, but at the beginning of the game you said Bret Harte would put up 12 points. They're currently at 6. They've had a couple of drives that looked really good, although the Bears defense got the better hand in those drives. Now we're at 6 minutes. Bret Harte is going to get the ball back. Robles had to go out on that last play. That led to Somerville scoring a defensive touchdown. But now he'll have a chance to come back in, maybe lead a late fourth quarter drive to score those 12 points.
Yeah, I had 56 to 12. I mean, I'm not going to shy away from it. That was my kind of thought process coming in. And Bret Harte had to have 2 drives into the Bears territory. And unfortunately for Bret Harte, both of them turned into turnovers. Now, they still got full 5.5 minutes to go down and get a touchdown. Somerville's added a couple of defensive touchdowns. So that kind of helps too. So, like I said, not too far off from where we kind of thought it was going to be, even though it started out slow in the first quarter.
Let's talk about Bret Harte while we have the chance. They'll be coming up on a game against Big Valley Christian on October 4th, and that'll be here in Angels Camp.
Yeah, I believe that's homecoming. If I read everything correctly that I read earlier today, and I think that could be a game that Bret Harte could be, more evenly matched, let's say, than they are tonight. That game, I think the Riverbank game, I think the River Island game are all games that are, if you're a Bret Harte fan, if you're a Bret Harte alumni, those are the games to come to, because those could be games that Bret Harte can make some things happen and pull off a victory.
They'll play the high-flying offense of the Linden Lions on October 11th in Linden. They'll end their season with Calaveras. They're the only team left in the league where we go back the last couple of years. We had the Tri-County area, Argonaut and Amador would play against each other in their own county rivalry. Then it'd be Bret Harte and Calaveras, Sonora, Somerville. And with Calaveras, Bret Harte, the 2 schools that are left in the competing county, they will play in that rivalry game to end their season as per usual. But now looking at the Somerville Bears, they've had a change in their scheduling. October 18th, picking up a game against the Hillmar Yellow Jackets. They've scheduled them as a scrimmage. Thank you. Some of these words just escaping my mind, but they've scheduled them as a scrimmage the last couple of years, including this year. So they've already got to see each other, and they will play in an actual official matchup on October 18th. Otherwise, looking at Riverbank next week, Calaveras, their next away game in 2 weeks, River Islands, Big Valley Christian on October 25th, and then finishing up the season on against Linden at home.
Yeah, and again, for Somerville, I think it's kind of just, take care of business. They should be favored in most of the games that they're playing the rest of the way. Calaveras is going to be a big test for them. Hillmar, now that was a whole new thing, right? I mean, yes, you said they scrimmaged them the last couple years, but when you scrimmage a team, it's not exactly a game. And unfortunately for Hillmar, their quarterback was out, and he's been out for the first couple weeks. I think he came back this week as they start league play. So Bailey is going to change the dynamic of Hillmar. So that's going to change some things for them. He is a stud quarterback. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. Dual threat athlete. Him coming back is definitely going to give them a shot of adrenaline. So that's going to be a great matchup, I think, for those two teams. And it's going to be at Somerville, I believe. Nice ball.
Beautiful reception by number 19.
Caught by number 19.
Edgar Tenorio.
Yep. Good job there. Good way to stay in there by Robles and throw the ball again. He's shown something different than wasn't shown in the first 3 games. The ability to make some plays with his arm. And I think that's going to be a benefit towards Somerville because now teams have to go, okay, we can't just come up here and play an 8-man box. They can throw the football around a little bit. And the offensive line's done a pretty good job protecting him, all things considered, against a very good Somerville defensive line. So, again, positive things to build on if you're Bret Harte.
Bret Harte has more pass completions against the Somerville defense than the Waterford Wildcats did 2 weeks ago, and that's a surprising fact.
Yeah.
And looking at that now, I thought this was the type of passing offense I would see from Waterford, but Bret Harte is just playing it better.
Yeah, and Waterford's a team that likes to throw the football around a lot. I mean, they've done that for years. So it's and like I said, Bret Harte's kind of a different situation. They like to run the wing tee in, run the ball at you, but when you don't have the guys to do that, you got to adjust. And I think it's a great job by the coaching staff of Bret Harte, Quinn Whittle, Colin Preston, Kelly Osborne to go out there and make some adjustments. And I know he kind of hinted to something earlier on the phone with me today, and I didn't want to say anything, but he did kind of say, hey, we have a plan. Now, will it execute? I don't know. We have a plan that could cause some issues. He goes, we'll see how it goes. And I was just like, all right, we'll see. You know, coaches don't really want to talk about a lot of things all the time, especially when I was just coming to watch the game because I was a friend of his. And then I ended up working the broadcast. So
Robles, he'll use the legs, and here comes the pack of Bears. Jevin Rogers throws him down after a gain of 1. We are now under a minute left in this game. Somerville will take their 5th straight victory against the Bret Harte Bullfrogs.
Yeah, we got a flag on. I think it's a face mask on Somerville. Yep, that's what it's going to be.
Bret Harte's last victory back in 2016. Somerville has had the better hand of this matchup since then. 69-6 will be our final score. Jeremy, player of the game. Offense was a big part, but the defense, besides that first drive or second drive from Bret Harte allowing the touchdown, it has to go to a defensive player.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're going to have a discussion about that because I think there's a kid that deserves it on the offensive side, but we'll talk about that as we come up.
We'll take a break and look at this thing from our NorCal Sports TV sponsor, and then we'll have our player of the game and wrap it up here from Angels Camp.
Bears fans, the Bears Quarterback Club is excited to help bring you Bears football live streamed into your home or your device. Enjoy all the Bears football action on this TV quality broadcast. This is our way of saying thank you to the Bears community for all the support through the years. On behalf of the Bears Quarterback Club, thank you for watching and supporting Bears football. Enjoy the game.
The Sonora Area Foundation remains focused on its mission of strengthening its communities. It does that through 3 functions: assisting donors, awarding grants, and leading the community. The vision of the Sonora Area Foundation is that it will be the benchmark for exemplary practices in the philanthropy field. You can go to sonoraarea.org to learn more. Sonora Area Foundation, for good, forever.
1-0 in league play for the Somerville Bears. Bret Harte Bullfrogs go down 0-1, their first time back in league play in a couple of years. I'm the voice of choice, Levi Flores, Coach Jeremy Hurtado by my side, and we talked about the player of the game. You have somebody who you think deserves it on the offensive end, and I'm strictly defense.
Okay. And again, because I'm always the offensive guy, right? I think Colton Cash has to at least have an honorable mention. 3 touchdowns, all over 50 yards. I mean, that's doing work, and he only had 5 or 6 carries, 3 touchdowns, 160-ish yards. I mean, I know defense did their thing, but I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight if I didn't say, hey, Colton Cash, at least nominate him for the player of the game.
You know what, Jeremy? This is your first time back with me on a Somerville Bears broadcast, and I say no. No, I'm just kidding.
Colton and you're Cash. The guy, right? I mean, that's the thing. You're the guy that does all Somerville games. I don't know if he's been it before yet this year, so that's another thing to look at. If we're looking at defensive guys, Bryce Rathmill, 3 sacks, forced fumble, or pick 6 rather. I mean, you got to look at him. Also, another one of our former Sierra Bucks. Shout out. Owen Herrera, big 88-yard fumble return for a touchdown. So, I mean, those two guys, you've got to look at those when you're thinking about that. It's up to you. You're the voice of choice. I'm going to let you make the decision.
Well, let's go with this. I don't want it to be a cop-out, but let's go one offense, one defense, because Colton Cash, we didn't see him in that second half. Everything was done on the offensive side for Somerville in the first half, and Colton Cash, he went off very early in the game. In the second quarter, yes, he did score multiple touchdowns there, but that latter half of the second quarter, he wasn't quite there, but he still produced all the numbers that you would want him to. And then on the defensive side, Bryce Rathmill, Owen Herrera, he did fantastic. He's been every single play for every single game, but Bryce Rathmill showed a little bit more in this, more than tackles. He got the sacks. He got the pick six. And
he created a forced fumble in the first quarter, too. So, like I said, I love that pick. Hey, Owen, I tried for you, buddy. Sorry, I should have gave it to you. Hey, like I said, Sierra Bucks, got to give you the love, but in the end, Bryce Rathmill, defensive player of the game for sure. I mean, he was the guy.
And I'm confident that in the upcoming weeks, Owen Herrera will be a player of the game. Whether you expect it or not, he is going to be one of those top players, and he will earn himself a player of the game. Somerville will be back in action at home in Tuolumne against Riverbank next Friday night, 7 o'clock. If you can't be there, we will be. NorCal Sports TV. Subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you are notified when we are live. He's been Jeremy Hurtado for my producer, Louise Rangel, our camera crew, Taylor Rector and Matthew Baker. I've been the voice of choice. I will catch you next week.